We're at a sacred site near Nelson, which is near Helena, between Helena and going a little bit toward Great Falls and beautiful Montana, with our awesome Wonder Woman Julie Ryder, who's shared about this, a little bit about this sacred space and place. So you call it the
Eagle Mount Amphitheater.
Eagle Mount Amphitheater. And Boyd's got some shots before, he'll get more. A mountain goat was first spied by Julia below where that cave-looking place is, and now that goat, a true Capricorn, has ascended all the way to the right in like 10 minutes, 10 to 12 minutes. It's amazing. We talked about maybe singing Climb Every Mountain, so for anybody that would like to, who remembers most of the words. Climb every mountain, ford every stream, follow every rainbow, till you find your dream. Climb every mountain, search high and low, follow every byway, every path you know, and beyond. So we sing that to our beloved Capricornian mountain goat, who we really appreciate appearing to us in beautiful white, just glorious white against the backdrop of this sacred place. So Lanello is here with us and has been with us, kind of with Julie especially in the front car as we traversed up to this place, because just looking at the mountains, looking at the configurations, at the outcroppings, at the amazing way that nature has created through millions of years, these formations, brings you joy and awe. It's like, if there's a more awe-inspiring thing, you know, maybe we've seen other awe-inspiring things, but this is just amazing. And this formation here is absolutely phenomenal. So, nature's power to transform our lives is evident for those who are awake. And hopefully we are awakening more and more every day to this power which originates from the source. And by being cognizant of it, attentive to its frequencies and its transformative energies, we tap into something that is so magnificent, sublime, divine, that it really allows us to make those necessary changes in our lives to meet the challenges of today, yet really the opportunities presented to us along our path. Embedded in nature is the essence of life, the design of the cosmos, the architecture of divine thought, and the light of logoic reason. Your reason for existence may be discovered as you commune with nature, abide in its playhouse, and frolic in its fields, forests, and mountain fastnesses. Nature heals all because it contains all, though it cannot be contained itself. It can be simply enjoyed and reverently experienced. Nature lushly houses every creature and induces all to find its treasures through an impelling inner urge to look, to listen, to consider, and to understand its mysterious formulas and its mystical means of inspiring and motivating every being. We strive to love, to grow, to evolve. Although nature has many unique features and regions with all the variations in texture and color and temperature, climate and sound, it yet remains one being, whole and inviolate, in its original green print of energetic and joyful exuberance to help us to experience life through many vistas, visions, which themselves invoke awe and wonder. Sounds stir the soul and inhabit our minds and memories. After these experiences, often for many days, weeks, months, and years, and decades. Nature's power abides in its resiliency and its ability to adapt to and transform and reform itself around seeming chaos and dissonance. The spirit that studies and knows nature is a true being, leaning on the deeper understandings which lead that spirit to holy wisdom and self-realization. Through the richest senses and most powerful revelations that come through light and through joy. Nature allows us to rebalance, reharmonize ourselves and to reactivate real health and vitality. In fact, you cannot have true health and wellness unless you listen to nature and abide by her beautiful laws of harmony. Nature helps us to recalibrate and to meet each day's opportunities with exuberance and creativity. Never the same, yet always rooted in perfection, nature leads us to true knowledge and holy truth through its magical means, even through its turbulent storms and thunderous waterfalls, as well as its placid ponds and sacred spaces like we experience now. It whistles through the winds, moans and sighs through the trees, and delights and caresses through its sunrises and sunsets, and the reflections of light upon the mountains, the hills. It always yields its fruits, the fruits of its labors, and the cyclic victories through our life's yearnings. And yet it always retains those sacred seeds for future growth through the visitations of insects, through the long treks and sojourns of these tiny seeds caught up in the winds of the Spirit, and even taken by the birds themselves to other climes. Although nature is amazing in its odysseys, it is only puzzling to those unwilling to convene regular meetings, to discern its secrets, to connect with those mentors that nature itself christens. The dragonfly, the bumblebee, the monarch, the chickadee all convey character and strength, stamina and power to the mindful, and luminosity to the humble. You uncover your greater self in nature's heights, depths, and breadths, yea, in its very breath, wherein the Holy Spirit woos you to inner greatness. To be still and know. Through silence, listening, you realize your nature. You awaken to what is divine. And in this alchemy of beingness, you smile, you commune, and you disappear into the oneness state, the airy state of a spirit life through love. What secrets have you discerned each day in your intimate communion with the divine through nature? She asks you, will you learn my secrets? Will you discover the mysteries that I have prepared for you? Will you realize who I am and who you are in me, through me, by me? Nature is your mother, and everyone's mother. Nature is your essence, your soulfulness. In her quietude, in her resonant heartbeat, the very breath of Brahma stirs you. Vishnu's wisdom shines, and Shiva's awesome power of transformation prepares you for your ultimate destiny through fire. The bird that appeared earlier was the spirit of Lanello, welcoming us on behalf of Aquila to this place. A bird no one has seen before, a menagerie of other avians' DNAs, all mixed into one. Yet beyond that one, beyond each of those three, Aquila! 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 We could chant Aquila. Aquila. So I see with my mystical eye a sacred portal that was just opened by our devotion. Right, actually, in that spot, right below the head of the second bird, the lower bird, and through that portal, all this light is flowing both ways, actually, from our hearts to the divine beings that guard this place, and reverence and honor of them, but also from them to us for the empowerment of our beings, the enriching of our lives, and the unfolding of our divine plan. So, because we're so close to the autumn equinox, it's a time of harvest, right? So they are helping us to harvest the light that we have gleaned through our prayer vigil, but also through all that we do consciously, and then helping to distribute it. And then it's up to us to distribute it to the world through those that we interact with, those we serve, those who we teach and share and nurture through our heart's love. So this portal is there, and every prayer that you utter or inner desire that you have to be of service, and that's the key, they say, to be of service. Service above self, as the Rotary Club people say, service above self. When you make that commitment to serve, they will support you, they will aid you, help you, overshine you, bless you, energize, activate you in new ways. And so the final message is be ready for new and powerful activations. Always be ready to be activated, or to enter the active mode of life, to give, to offer, to serve. And when you're in that mode of service, then the magic happens. All portals are open whenever you require them. Not just this one, but any other portal to the divine world, that when you require energy, when you require assistance, wisdom, teaching, it will come automatically, because you, through your devotion and your desire to serve, have actually helped the divine ones open that portal, and the portal is open unto you at any moment that you require. It's like this cosmic portal that's right in front of you almost, and you just have to realize, there it is. Okay, open me up, God, pour your light into me, through me, in service, and then the magic happens. It's not you that does it, it happens almost like automatically, and it's beautiful. So thank you, Julie, for bringing us to this awesome place. Oh, and I know this is one of your favorites, right? Yeah. So let's capture her now.
Something important.
Yeah.
Right before you said the portal opened up, did you notice that the sun shone just across that condor?
Yes. Yes.
And everything else was dark in shadow.
Yes.
And all of a sudden, the sun was right there, and he looked up and he said, the portal's open right below the condor.
Right, the condor, yeah.
I thought,
The
yes,
condor.
it's a condor.
Condor.
Yes,
And the con means with.
And
in
there's also
Spanish.
a lot of South American stories about the when the eagle and the condor meet. Well, the eagle and condor myths go way back into time before mind. And so there's so much incredible symbolism here, and there's so much teaching here.
Amazing.
It's a powerful place.
Yeah.
Very powerful.
Well, thank you, Lanella, for that little discourse. I got most of it this morning, and then he just kind of updated it a little bit.
And thank you. Very poetic.
The what?
Very poetic. Very more like
Yeah.
Poetic here. And thank you for
Lyrical.
just being here, and because these places are like a combination lock.
Yeah.
Okay, people come and they do ceremonies and they relate to it, and like a number spins. When all those numbers spins and line up, the place will open. You know that.
Yeah.
And for each person that comes here, they leave an energy, a packet of frequency, and they take that with them. Okay. And thank you for the beautiful channeling, because it articulated and put into thought what was happening here. You can language it. You have a gift to language it. It's beautiful.
I was his son in one life, so that helped.
Can Boyd get a shot with the,
Yeah,
the
I was-
light on the mountain?
I was waiting for the
Okay.
for the.
It's
It's so beautiful.
Sometimes torsion fields come across the, like perfect circles come over the heads of the
Uh-huh.
torsion field. And then often there's eagles up there.
Wow.
Something's up there right now. You hear it?
You hear it?
Yeah, I hear one.
yeah, he's speaking to us. There's probably some
There he
eries up
is.
there too. How do you say it? Eries or Eries? Eagle nests. You say Erie?
We say eerie.
Erie.
I just say eagle's nest.
No confusion there.
No confusion. And sometimes as you're sitting here, faces come out that are very distinct. There was one over here that popped up the minute he started talking about I don't even see it now, but the sun shines just right and the shadow's just right, and you see every feature, the eyes, you see their pupils, their eyebrows, they're there. And then they fade back into the rock. And to think that there are hundreds of these places within just a few miles of where you're sitting.
Amazing.
There's evidence here of every epoch of time, from the beginning down until 12,800 years ago. And now we'll be discovering all those epochs because we have memory of them. When you get here, you remember, you know, you understand that we were all part of this creation. And at this changing of the ages, the fifth world into the sixth world, all will be revealed.
So how far is the Missouri from here? Maybe
Oh, let's see.
a couple miles?
Yeah,
Because we passed over that bridge, and that was the Missouri.
actually, right where we turned off at Delson, if you turn the other direction, you go right to the Missouri River. And along that corridor are flash fossilized dragons, this beautiful dragon eye that shines, it actually glows.
Wow.
There's incredible beings, I call it threshold, along that corridor, which goes right to the river. You go right down to the river.
When Lewis and Clark came back, they must have had all these amazing experiences.
They're in Lewis's journal, but the journal that you read from Lewis has been completely. They found the original in a museum in Spain, completely and totally different than what you read.
Really?
He talked about stone cities. He talked about the Mandans having this highly developed language. He talked about the incredible civilizations that were here, but that wasn't part of the narrative that they wanted explored because if the Catholic Church declared that the Native Americans were savage, they could take their land.
Yeah.
And so that whole was wiped out, and they say he committed suicide. Well, we know that's not true. His Masonic apron, Lewis's Masonic apron, is in a museum right here in Helena, and they just did a blood type on it, 2 types of human blood. He was a Mason
2 types.
of human blood. Okay. He was a Mason, okay, and the whole narrative has been altered. So he talks about these stone cities. How could he not see this
Yeah,
stuff,
yeah.
right? Particularly because each of these cities, everywhere in the world, is along a major headwaters of a river. This is the headwaters of the Missouri River.
Right. 3 forks and then
Right. And as we know, he went through Gates in the Mountains, which you can do on a boat tour, right? Walls of these things, huge giant heads, feet, dragons, dinosaurs, hybrid beings. The whole walls are just covered with them.
I think we should, next summer conference, what if we did the Gates of the Mountains? Took that whole...
I agree. It's fabulous. I went on there maybe 20 times in the last bird's about
Yes.
in the last few weeks. Can you turn the camera? Oh, he just left. I was going to turn the camera on again.
That's-
He's over there.
Bugs.
Yeah, he's kind of a combination of a
He just-
magpie, a woodpecker, and
A dove.
And
There
a
you go.
dove. I
And a
see
dove.
a dove in it too.
yeah. I've never seen anything like that.
Me either.
So did you say, Julie, that these are near the headwaters of rivers?
Okay, so
Well, these power...
so you think about Egypt on the headwaters of the rivers,
Nile.
right? Gornoshoria is on the headwaters of major river systems. So the thing that's in common all over the world, which is what you look at, they're on the headwaters of major river systems.
Okay.
They are over gold mines. South Africa particularly, all over gold mines. Right? This is one of the largest findings of gold. In fact, there was more placer gold, which is what you can pick up per square mile right here in Helena, outside of Helena, than any place in the world to date. I picked it up. I believe it was an ancient site where they processed the gold.
Right.
Oh.
So it was all right there.
Yeah.
And then when the cataclysmic events happened, it's all right in one place. So over gold mines, they're on energy grid lines. If you draw an energy grid line from Angkor Wat across the top of the world, you go through the Montana megaliths.
Is that Cambodia, Angkor Wat?
Angkor Wat, Cambodia, right, with the big, okay.
Right.
You come across the top, you come through the Montana megaliths, through right beside the Yucatan where all of the Olmec helmet heads are, okay, and right into Nazca, Peru. That's a perfect line. And if you draw a line the other direction, you go from Nazca to Petra,
Ur of the Chaldees, Petra, and Jordan.
and all the way through Persia and all the way around to Angkor Wat.
Wow.
So in other words, it sets on a cross. All those are lined up exactly. And so it's like we have here, we've discovered evidence from the times of the dinosaurs and the dragons and human hybrid dinosaurs and dragons.
Right.
Some of these have this huge dragon face but human eyes. Massive amounts of hybrids. All these experiences of different civilizations that have come and gone. And here we have, because we're on the side of a mountain, and so a lot of the stuff has been washed away. So you see some of the original Hyphen mountains. And they're each extremely different from each other. The energy is extremely different when I find these. It's like I'm pulled, I find it, I communicate with the beings there, and the energy frequency is like completely different than it is a few miles away from there.
Right.
And in some places, like along this stretch of the river, we have each of the different civilizations all the way down. We have beings that are so high, flash fossilized beings, perfect. You can even see their eyelashes, all the way up to entire mountains, all those sizes.
Wow.
Lots of devas.
Divas, yes. And when you acknowledge them and move into their frequency, they communicate with you, as they did with, obviously, communication. Because it's like sometimes I just feel this incredible excitement. I go, I see you. And they go, someone, finally! Someone remembers, right? But I'm told to bring certain people to certain places, and they immediately recognize that being, and the being recognizes them, and like comes alive. It's magical to watch. I love just sitting back and watching when, like you talk to the mountain, and it comes alive.
Yeah.
You know? And the birds come, and the sun shines across the condor as the gate opens. I mean, that's what this is all about.
It's shining right now. It's beautiful.
Again, I just said that. Look at that.
Yeah.
We talked about that, and boom, just right in that area, like a
Yeah.
circle, right across the highs of the
Right there.
condor. They're just magical places. Magical things happen.